What is up, guys? Welcome back to another anime news bit. I'm gonna get you guys fully caught up on the anime news of today. We had quite a few drops the other day, and I want to get you guys covered up on that before we get into Anime Japan, which is going to be absolutely insane later on this week. And yes, I will be covering everything that comes out of that, especially the Mushoku stuff. Mushoku Tensei stuff. I'm going to be on top of it, as usual. But yes, we have Cells at Works getting a live-action adaptation, and I'm very uncertain about it. We also have some more Idolmaster on the way, which is super exciting, as well as, again, I'll get you guys caught up on exactly the schedule that we're looking at for Anime Japan. But if you're interested in any of this news, definitely stay tuned. Let's get into the Cells at Work stuff. Yes, Kodansha and Flag Pictures has announced that Cells at Works manga is getting a live action adaptation. I could have swore that there was already a live action adaptation out there, but apparently not. Maybe there was like a movie or something like that that maybe I missed, but yes, that series that has inspired like 15 different anime is getting a live action also, which I think is going to be really interesting. Now, my only concern really around it is that Japan is not the best at CGI, and when it comes to CGI with live action, and there's probably going to be a lot of CGI because kind of building this world inside of yourself is going to be a lot of work otherwise. But either way, I mean, I really do like Cells at Work overall. I think it's a great franchise. Now, Code Black was a little bit too much for me. It was a little too heavy for me, but if it's just the original work, I think it'll be a pretty decent live action. Hopefully they get a great cast for it and everything. But yeah, director Hideki Takeuchi will be working on it as the director. They did the live action for Nodame Cannibal and Thermite Romai. So I haven't seen either of those two live actions, but that'll give you an idea of the pedigree if you're really into live actions. As well as the script going to be done by Yuichi Tokunaga, who did work on the live action of Kaguya-sama Love is War. So there you go. Check that out if that's interesting to you. I'll definitely give it a little bit of a glance. We'll see. I'm usually not into live actions. They usually don't work out for me. I did enjoy a couple of them. Like, I think the School Live live action was a decent one. I did really enjoy the Death Note live action. I've mentioned before that I think that one ends a lot better than the anime, but yeah, we'll see. Moving on, Shueisha's weekly Shonen Jump magazine has revealed that the Elusive Samurai manga is getting a TV anime adaptation, and this will be done by Cloverworks. So this is so funny because I was talking to somebody in Discord, and we were kind of coming up with theories on what Cloverworks is going to do next, and the question was posed literally just before this was announced. What do you think they're going to be doing next? And there it is, the Elusive Samurai. So I just need to bring up what studios are going to be doing next in Discord, and apparently they'll announce. So probably not going to happen. The synopsis for this one is, after the massacre of his family by the traitor Ashikage Tokiyuki flees with the help of a handful of loyal retainers who have also survived the purge. One of them is Suwa Yorishige, an ally of the Hojo clan and the lord of Suwa province. The slightly odd Yorishige also claims to be clairvoyant and foretells that Tokiyuki will one day become the ruler of Japan. But for the moment, escaping the enemy's territory is priority. Yeah, really, visually wise, with the we only really have is the key art, but I'm already into it. I don't know, maybe we'll get like a, I don't know, Konoichi Tsubaki version of samurai or something like that, you know, going from ninjas to samurais, because obviously, you know, Cloverworks worked on that series, but yeah, anything coming out of Cloverworks right now has me super excited. I've been loving the work they've been doing. They sort of took the metal away from Dogo Kobo that I had on them for the longest time. Cloverworks is like, hey, we're good at this stuff. Let's take it over. And I'm like, yes. Anything cute girls kind of stuff, I love when Cloverworks takes it over, and they do a phenomenal job. I've just been, again, loving everything coming out of their studio, so cannot wait for this one. Moving on, during a live stream, Koei Tecmo has announced that Atelier Ryza, Ever Darkness, and the Secret Hideout is getting an anime adaptation. Yes, I'm joking, it's Atelier Ryza, but I always call it Ryza just because of, you know, those thighs. What can I say? The thighs. This is being done by Leading Films, and it's set to premiere in summer. So, announcement and just right around the corner. So, really crazy, but I'm super excited for this. I really do love the Atelier series, even though I've unfortunately been kind of getting out of the loop of them just because time. I don't have time to play JRPGs anymore. I did play a little bit of Atelier Ryza, and I was enjoying it. I think the main character is really super cute, and yes, the thighs. The PV they already released for it looks like they didn't nerf the thighs, which is a good thing. I know it's a very important for a lot of people, including myself. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this one. Any Atelier series, I am super excited for. I have to admit, I have watched a few of the anime adaptations of Atelier series before, and they weren't spectacular, but at the same time, it's just a really good franchise, and I hope this one really nails it. It's obviously been very popular. It did very well, and seeing an anime adaptation of it by Leading Films, I'm excited for it. Moving on, for those fans of the Fire Hunter or those that never decide to jump into it, sometimes announcements like this can kind of encourage you to check it out. But yes, the Fire Hunter, the official Twitter account for it has announced that it will be getting a second season, which for those that like me that watch the series, that makes perfect sense because the point they left it on is like, what? What are we doing now? Are we really going to stop here? It was just drop off. Like the moment the season ended, it was just an absolute drop off. So if you haven't got into it yet, at least wait until the second season comes out because it's just not a good stopping point. It really isn't. But it's been doing really good in Japan apparently, so good on them. Looking forward to the second season, and I might have to rewatch the whole thing just before we get into the second season because, like I said, it's a bad drop off. It's not a story arc conclusion or anything. It's just like literally right in the middle of it. So we'll see. Moving on, for Idolmaster fans, during a Idolmaster Shiny Colors 5th live, I don't even know if this is right, If I Wings concert? If I Wings? Is that what that really is? Is that If I Wings? Anyways, during a concert, it was announced that Shiny Colors browser game is getting a TV anime adaptation. More Idolmaster Cinderella Girls, I'm on top of it. I'm super, super excited for U149. I loved the original Cinderella Girls, so cannot wait for this. But yeah, it's going to be premiering in spring of 2024, so it's a year away. It's going to be a while. Don't get too excited. But if you're in Japan, apparently starting October 27th, you will be able to watch the premieres in theaters in Japan. So apparently they're going to show the whole thing. I'm certain it's going to be split up. I don't think they're going to show an entire 12 episodes because that's like 300 minutes of sitting in a theater. But maybe they'll do like segments of it. But either way, exciting for me. I can't wait for it. I'll be obviously waiting until next year, spring, but looking forward to it. Moving on, for fans of Wit Studio, check out Flying Dog's YouTube channel. Apparently they've begun streaming a short by Wit Studio for the theme song of Haru No Yume. So I haven't got to check it out completely yet, but again, for fans of Wit Studio that like to consume everything they make, definitely go check that out. Hopefully they didn't utilize AI for the background again. For some sad news, for those that don't already know, I think most Nier Automata fans know the moment that it happened, but yes, Nier Automata has been delayed once again. So if you've been waiting to watch that series, you're going to be waiting longer. Yes, the 9th episode has been delayed until further notice, and I could not be more annoyed at this studio. A1 Pictures, get your crap together. This is the second delay in one broadcast, and you came back and then you delayed again. I guess they figured at this point it's going to be going into spring, so take your time. And I'm with a lot of people. I want them to take their time. I don't want them to do a crappy job of it. But at the same time, at this point, they could schedule and properly put this together and stop pulling the C card. Every 2 seconds, C card, C card. It all comes down to planning, pre-production, stuff, scheduling stuff that you can do and produce the thing before you actually start airing it. This whole producing to the last minute thing really needs to stop. I really wish the anime industry would stop doing this. But that's why some studios are so much better than others, because some actually know how to pre-produce things. Like Bind. But anyways, moving on from that, let's talk about some other studios that have shaky ground to walk on. I had talked about in a previous news bit that I'm super, super, super excited for the anime adaptation of The Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses. And yes, I did miss one very key crucial thing. It's being produced and animated by Gohans. Now, a lot of people have pointed this out to me, and I 100% agree. Now that I watch the PV now, it makes perfect sense. Gohans has that really stylized visual filter they put over stuff, that photorealism and the glares and all that kind of stuff. I do agree with a lot of people. I am fearful of the idea that this series is going to be adapted by Gohans. Now, I will say one thing to kind of calm some people, and I say it to myself because, what's the term, hopium? I want to put some kind of hope into myself that it's not going to get destroyed. Yes, Gohans has had a very shaky recent history, and I'm really curious. I need to look into this. I'm curious how Japan itself is accepting their style. Because yes, for me personally, I loved K. I think K was fantastic. It was a great series. The later stuff was like shrug, but the earlier segments of K was fantastic. I watched quite a bit of Capellion. I thought it was fine. And yes, I loved Marduk Scramble. But obviously, where Gohan started going downhill was the recent adaptations of Handshakers, W's, and Scar on the Praetor. That's where they got a little bit too carried away. Their stuff was garbage. It was garbage at that point because it was too much of using their style. Yes, they used quite a bit of it back in K. They had a lot of panning shots, characters, jumping around on skateboards, but they managed to blend it very well. But unfortunately, with W's and Handshakers and stuff, they got too carried away. They took their style and they made it the point of the show. Not let it enhance the story, they let it be the story. And that's where their problem is. The joke we always have is the girl walking in the classroom and the camera's panning around her like somebody's like has a sugar high with the camera in their hand. That's where I'm hoping it kind of stops. Now, the thing that gives me hope is that Susumu Kudo is going to be working on it. He's listed as a director. And everything that Susumu has done with Gohans is the stuff I like, is the stuff where it's chilled out. It's Marduk Scrabble, it's K, it's Capellion. That's where Gohans wasn't going crazy. Now, unfortunately, this series has 2 directors listed. One is the one that gives me hope, which is Kudo. The one that doesn't give me hope and that makes me afraid is that Yokomine is working on it. Yokomine Kasumasa. And that is the director that worked on Handshaker. That's the one that worked on Scar and the Praetor. And that's the one that worked on W's. So that's where I have my fear. You have 2 directors here. One is good and one is bad. So hopefully Kudo is there to go, chill. And I just have this mental image of Yokomine going, oh man, we can make this like pan around her 50 times. And he's going, dude, no, stop, chill. Maybe it's Gohan's going, all right, Kudo, we need you to come back in here and chill this guy out because he gets too crazy with the camera pans. And Yokomine is going, okay, we're gonna do this. And then Kudo's going, no, stop. Pan 1 time, not 15 times. So again, that's my hope. I'm gonna hold on to that hope, but we'll see. But like I said, either way, the PV looks fantastic. She looks way cute, and I cannot wait for it even still. Hopefully Gohans doesn't destroy it. And finally, for our last bit of news, yes, I want to give a quick reminder in here that Anime Japan is coming up. And like I said earlier, could not be more excited. There's a lot of stuff that's going to be happening here that I'm super excited for. Now, I will have the full list of the schedule up on the screen here. We obviously have 2 different days, the 25th and the 26th. That is Japan. So for a lot of people in the West, especially the United States, you're going to be looking at pretty much all this stuff is going to be dropping late the day before. So for 25th, it's going to be Friday night. And then for your 26th, it's going to be Saturday night. And yes, the things that I'm obviously really excited for personally is with the first day, we have on the red stage, we have ReZero and Rurouni Kenshin is going to be having some sort of stage performance and announcements. There's a lot of people speculating that ReZero is going to get an announcement for another season. We'll see. I know that like literally every time there's an event that has ReZero in the title, everybody's like, here comes the next season. Here comes the next season. I'm not going to get my expectations up, but I'm obviously pretty excited for it. Now, for the green stage, we have a panel for Horimiya. I haven't really looked into it at all, so I'm not sure what would come from that one. It could just be kind of rehashing old stuff. It could be for the source material itself, but there is a little bit of a hope there that possibly another season. I'm going to put a big doubt on that one. I really haven't heard too much fandom around that. The West, I've heard plenty of fandom. People absolutely loved it. So we'll see. And then finally, for that first day, we have the blue stage, which there's one really interesting one there, and that is Tales of Wedding Rings. Maybe we'll get an announcement for the next full season. I don't think we have a season yet, but we obviously have the announcement of an adaptation already. So we'll see what comes from that one. And then yes, Netflix will have a Netflix special stage on the blue stage, and I'm sure they're probably going to announce a bunch of new anime titles that'll be coming to the platform, so I'll be checking that out as well. But yes, on the 26th, which is Saturday night for the US, we have, I'll just jump to it. On the green stage, we have Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation, and it's a very early stage showing, so it's very well going to be early night of Saturday. I'll definitely be watching out for it, and anything pops up, I'm going to be doing a video for it. That's for darn sure. Additionally, for the 26th, we do have Spy X Family is going to have a stage presence, and I'm sure they're probably maybe possibly going to announce dates for certain things, because of course we have the second season and the movie coming up this year. So I think the movie is already dated, but maybe a season announcement for the series as well, which I'm assuming at this point is probably going to be fall. Additionally, Fate Grand Order will be there, so for fans of Fate Grand Order, check that out. And finally, My Happy Marriage will be there as well, which we already have an anime announcement of that one, maybe possibly getting some sort of date as well. So either way, I'm super excited for Anime Japan. Cannot wait. Again, if you're not already, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I will be doing a video on anything that pops up from this. I'm super excited for it. But that's all the news I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you did, make sure to hit that like button down below. Comment. Let me know what's the most exciting news in this news bit for you. Additionally, if you want to support the channel more, we have a Patreon link, tips link, super thanks, and a membership button down below. I greatly appreciate it, but it supports the channel. And y'all take care.